Dr. Rini, UTM Lead. Nanti Dr. Rini boleh record sesi ni ya. Saya tak ada button record.
InsyaAllah kita akan recordkan.
Okay. I think it's already 9 a.m. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Even though we have like 17 of the GTD mentee, but it's already 9 a.m. InsyaAllah I'm going to start this session of webinar. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Dr. Amy Shazwani binti Abdul Kiyon from Department of Chemistry, Faculty of Science, a senior lecturer now under the program of UTM Shine. InsyaAllah we will start this webinar with Ummul Kitab Al-Fatihah for Muslim and for non-Muslim on religion recitation. Bismillah. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Now the participants number is increasing, 25 including us. Inshallah it will increase up to 30 or 30 plus. Okay, for today's webinar, we are going to share with the GTD mentee about the international opportunities in MoU and MoA to be specific. Okay, particularly focusing on the collaboration with industry agencies international. Okay, in webinar today, we have two esteemed speakers from UTM International, Prof. Dr. Nurhaniza Sarmin, as well as Mr. Hilman Burhan. Okay, I'm going to read for briefly on the biographies of them so that we can have idea and also ask them more because they are expert in this area in terms of international. Prof. Dr. Haniza Sarmin is a professor in the Department of Mathematical Science, means that is same faculty of me, Faculty of Science, UTM. Okay, joined UTM as a lecturer since 1991. Okay, after graduation in University Binghamton University in New York, USA. She's working in Department of Mathematical Science, specialization in group theory, formal language theory, splicing system and applications. Okay, and to be specific with international collaboration, she herself already secured more than 20 research grants as the leader, as well as 25 more as collaborators. So that's a big achievement. Okay, more experience to share with GTD mentees in terms of international collaboration. Okay, I know her. Okay, she since 2007 as the head of postgraduate department in Faculty of Science before transferring to SPS, School of Graduate Studies from 2012 to 2016, and then the Director for Global Education and Student Experience in UTM International from 2016 to 2018, and later Associate Director, Student Services and Global Education Experience until 2019. Now, she's holding the post of Acting Associate Director for GSE as well, Global Strategy and Engagement. In the area of internationalization, Prof. Niza attended and presented talk in many international education seminar, conferences and exhibitions including NAFSA, APSSA, URI, APAI and so more. Okay, so we are really fortunate to have Prof. Niza, and now let me introduce Mr. Hilman. Okay, Mr. Hilman started a career in pejabat awal corporate, Mr. Hilman. Okay, since 2008 until 2013, and then moved to our office of the Vice Chancellor 2019, and now in UTM International as the manager of the GSE. Okay. So Mr. Hilman is actually like the as a is it correct if I understand that Mr. Hilman is like the wingman of Prof Niza?
From Niza to answer it.
So it's like orang kanan.
Yeah, I have
Wingman.
2 wings.
Two
One
wings.
wing, I
Okay.
will show later. I will show later.
Okay, great. So, okay, that's the biographies of Mr. Himan and also Prof. Haniza. And now let me recap for GTD mentees and introduce to Prof. Niza as well as Mr. Hilman what is actually GTD. So, GTD is the Growing Task Development Program. So, it's a very short program. Actually, the timeline is only 6 months. This is the medium where UTM Lead and UTM Shine under TNCPI will be the host or be the tuan rumah to actually organize a mentor-mentee program that is not really the same with other mentor and mentee program, whereby we focus on the intangible output as well. Okay, so of course we focus on a tangible output as such as the KPI and so on, but the intangible area that we touch is more on the ICES of UTM to make sure that the mentee is well groomed spiritually. In means nothing to do with the KPI only lah. Okay, so but for webinar this week, okay, this is actually more towards the tangible because we want to have the output of the international collaboration. So 45 of them, okay, mentored by 45 mentors from all over the UTM, from different faculties and also schools. Okay, hopefully by the end of 6 months, they will have a certain output that already been outlined for them, inshallah. Okay, so with that, I take 7 minutes of this time. Prof. Haniza or Mr. Hilman, the WebEx mediums are now yours.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Amy, for a very nice introduction. So first of all, Assalamualaikum and good morning to everyone. Before I start, as usual, like in my class, I would like to see everyone's face. So please first turn on your camera so I can see, not you can only see me. I can only see if you are really here. Give your full focus for these 2 hours. I'm sure it would be like once in a lifetime maybe to have this opportunity, to use this opportunity. Thank you, UTM Lead. Thank you, Dr. Amy, Dr. Rini, and all of you who are here. You are the chosen one. Okay, so congratulations to all of you, the youngs brains, right? I'm feeling very old now. Okay, so let's wait until everyone turn on your camera. You don't have to be on the whole time, but I just want to see in the beginning. All
It's actually a
right.
good thing also because I can screenshot the whole
Yeah. We will also take another group photo at the end. So make
yes.
sure, okay, if you have to adjust your tudung or hair or okay, this is what I do in my class because all students can be in Zoom. So I start the class by turning on the video, take photos, and at the end, another group photo. So actually, the children, the kids, like they waiting to get group photo with the mom or the dad, with the lecturer. So the mom said that you behave, then you take group photo at the end. Okay, I don't see some, just see the names.
Some of them are put in chatting from I cannot hit.
I don't have a camera, right? That's
Yes.
a normal sentence during this era. Because you have a PC without a webcam.
I see.
I hope after this you can purchase a webcam so we take a nice group photo, right? Okay, I see very familiar names actually. Very happy to see Dr. Ken. Normally we see in Facebook, Dr. Saiful. Hafiza Farha, I think you're from Faculty Science also, although I don't see your face. Dr. Rustam. Okay. Okay, because sometimes we have so many things to do, right? We're all teaching, but try to take this opportunity. It's not like every day that we have this sharing. So it's something, information that you might not get. You can get it from the website, but to have this session just to focus on this matter, that should be very beneficial to you. You are like the hope of UTM, right? Part of what they call UTM Shine. Dr. Amy, what is actually UTM Shine? In full.
Allahu Akbar. Something to do with top notch.
Yeah, the word
Yeah.
shine has a meaning, right? I see
Yes.
Sabrina here. Sabrina, is very nice to see you here. One Sabrina, you from UTM Lead. Okay. Who can give me the real, what is shine actually? Not
It's actually
shining,
the
right?
UTM strategy for harnessing and inspiring top-notch scientists and researchers. So it's actually the medium to like nurture as well as inspire
With
scientists
all the
in,
gadget,
yes,
with all we have right now, you ask any question, you can always Google or find
yes,
the answers everywhere. Okay, so the first page I see almost all has turned on the video,
yes.
right?
Smile everyone, yeah, so that I can take free
Okay,
webinar photo.
don't look at your face, but look at the camera and smile.
Yes.
All right.
Smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, wait, yeah. Okay, then we have a second page. Do we have second page? Oh,
Okay,
okay.
just smile, then you go second page. All right.
Okay,
All right.
smile.
Okay.
Okay, great.
All
Done.
right. Okay. You can leave your camera on, which I really recommend. Or if your internet is not that strong, you can turn it off. All right. But I will be asking questions. Okay. So you better give your full concentration to my talk. All right. You don't want me as a lecturer, that would be very scary. I would like to introduce first, as mentioned by Dr. Emmy, Mr. Hillman, Manager of International Relations. And also we have here Miss Haiza. Haiza, can you show your face? For a minute, I saw you just now. Haiza is a staff who is managing also the MoU. Yeah, that's Haiza. No Haiza. Okay, Miss Haiza. All right. Okay, so this I will show again our organizational chart. So this is international MoU and MoA opportunities, right? What and how? Okay, let me share again my slide. Okay. All right, so this is okay. Everyone can see it, right? Okay. Now, it won't be fair for only you know my background. I need to know your background too. Okay, unfortunately, I cannot see from there. Let me try this way. Let me, Dr. Amy, I'll try to go in with my laptop, yeah? Because I cannot see anything. I cannot see anything from here. Okay,
You
let me
cannot see
try.
me.
I cannot see, I mean, the WebEx nicely. Wait, let me try this.
Okay. Once you already share the content, I think the toolbar is actually on just under the camera.
The bar of what? Oh, sorry. Okay. So now I'm in my laptop because I want to see all the chat and everything. Okay. So, all right, now time untuk berkenalan ya. I saw how many participants now. We have 43. That's great. Okay, 43. I want to know where you graduated from. Okay, can you type in the chat? Where? University and country. Can you type in the chat? Okay, that's UTM, Malaysia, right? Faculty of Education. University, country. If it's in Malaysia, it's okay. I know. Okay, I should get 40 of them. Okay, all the way from UTM. Okay, University Malaya, okay. Hey guys, quick, chat. All right, so I can see so many from UTM, some from local universities. There's from UK, the one that fill out the form, and you came from many areas, right? You have engineering, there's management, and so on. Okay, so, right, you have to know at least the person in UTM International, because if you want to go and have an MoU or MoA International, you will be dealing with these people, right? Okay, we have from UK, Imperial College, right? Now, we are headed by Dr. Ismet, yeah? Associate Professor Dr. Ismet, Pro Vice Chancellor International, okay? And under Dr. Ismet, we have 1, 2, 3, 3 Associate Director, right? So my responsibility is for global strategy and engagement. Actually, now I'm the acting associate director because my term has ended 31st March. So starting 1st of April, waiting for probably they got a new person, but I'm just here now. Okay, and there is another one, Dr. Arifin, Global Education and Experience for Mobility and Students Experience, Activities, Well-being. We have Madam Punita managing the, it's in the next slide. Okay, and we have Dr. Nohayati in UTM, Kuala Lumpur. All right. Okay, let me... Okay, so this is what I call my right and left wing actually. I have two. I have a manager for international alliances. I will mention after this what it is. Dr. Fahana Diana, okay, and also Mr. Hilman, manager of is the admin assistant under Mr. Hilman. All right. And the others in international office. So you can write my email, keep this email. Okay, this is Dr. Diana and Hilman, Ahmad Hilman, A. Hilman, right? Okay, you can also, normally my office phone does not ring that much, but don't call me, but send a
Campus
message.
kita asalnya campus layout, location bangunan, kampung, kita panggil college tu kita panggil kampung. Ada dia punya
So I,
Ada.
Nicole,
ditanamkan.
is it Nicole?
Kalau siapa ingat combo kita dulu pakai songkok, pakai tengkolok.
Siapa, macam mana kita nak mute orang ya?
The host can mute.
Okay, I'm a co-host. Wait ya. Okay, I try.
I think it's okay now,
Okay,
right?
okay. Prof, there's one chatting over here from Dr. Lim. To remind Prof to maybe minimize remove the video on top of right corner because we cannot see. We cannot see the whole slide.
Okay.
Yeah, that one. Yes.
Now it's okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to do that, but I don't know what to press. It covers a little bit, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Right. Okay. All right. I think something else is happening now. Sometimes although we have 2 ears, I don't think we can hear 2 things at the same time. You try to catch this, you try to catch that, but you have a recording for this, right? So either you focus here or you focus there. I hope that one also has recording or be live that we can go. Some things sometimes they are happening at the same time, but we want to be everywhere. All right. Okay, let me try. Okay, functional structure. Okay, so for my the unit, okay, we do partnership, we do collaboration, we do visibility of the whole of UTM, we do global visibility and branding, we do ranking strategy, and we strategize UTM global engagement, and we do also data management. That is under my unit. So you will see that under global visibility and branding and partnership, although all of this ranking strategy, if you're a friend with me in Facebook or you like UTM International Facebook, you will see that we have what we call VIE, Virtual International Engagement. Okay, so since this 2020, we cannot travel, but a good thing out of it is that we can just travel in one day to UK, even to South America by Zoom, by WebEx, right? So use this opportunity to get visible and to get connected. Some of you graduated from UK, you can visit your friends over there just in one day or just in an hour. Okay, I will not go in detail, but probably because many of you are new, less than 5 years old in UTM, although probably you are our student, but you are not exposed to the functionality of UTM International. So I use this opportunity for you, especially to know everything about our functional structure. Under Dr. Arifin, she's under Global Education and Experience. Some of you, I know you've been abroad on mobility, research attachment. So that is under this unit, student mobility, outbound and also inbound. So now you are the ambassador of UTM. Everything that you write under your affiliation will be UTM. You can invite also people, if students is under this unit, if it is staff is under my unit. So they have student activities, they do a student experience and internationalization at home, student welfare or well-being, and also the insurance actually is part under here now. But oh yeah, insurance here, sorry. The insurance of international students. So you will be having also as supervisor to international students. So they are managed now by this unit. Not the academic, but the well-being part. Madam Punita handling all of this. Under visa is under Madam Punita. Under corporate and student services, all the PSM, all of this, okay, visa and so on. And in KL, they do everything. All of this is one under Kuala Lumpur. So they manage everything in Kuala Lumpur. Okay, now why do we need MOU? It's not in the topic. The title, it didn't say why, right? But I add why. Why do we need MoU? I need some answers. Dr. Amy will be first. Today you will be ketua kelas, yeah?
Okay, from what was shared by Prof. Ho before, we need MoU actually to like to make sure that we are actually standing at the eye of the world in terms of like showcasing our expertise with international participants, okay, as well as the experts. And also MoU is actually needed to create some sort of like relationship that is not can only be get by just joining conference. It's more than that. So, and also I remember the excerpt from Prof. Ho. Prof. Ho presentation is sometimes we can even like go beyond that. It's like family relationship, okay? And then but it start all with the scientific MoU. So for me, MoU is needed. Why do we need MoU? Is actually to create the relationship and to go further,
Okay.
be it in terms of scientific or more than that.
Create relationship, go further, all right? Is Dr. Nicole here? Dr. Nicole is part of the participant, right? Dr. Nicole, are you here?
Yes. Dr. Nicole, check over here.
Okay. Can you give your answer? Why do we need MoU? Maybe personal answer? Not the same answer as Dr. Amy. Okay. While waiting, maybe she's typing. I see Dr. Ken.
I'm here.
Yes. What's your answer?
Okay, based on my personal understanding, is something like developing a connections, a very good connections between UTM and another institutions or any industrial partner. So it's something to do with good connections. And then
Okay,
we can
good
probably
connection.
have, yes, probably
Okay.
something like exchange student, and then maybe we can have some collaborations works, or even later on after MOU we can do something like MOA to secure grant together and further the research work and so on. So it's something to do a mutual good collaborations. Yeah,
Okay.
this is just based on my personal
Collaboration,
understanding.
relation. All right. I see Dr. Hafiza Farha.
Prof, Nicole here.
Nicole, yes.
I'm so sorry. I don't have a microphone or camera in my office, so I have to use my handphone. So I was trying to log in into my through my handphone.
All right. Okay. It's okay. It's okay.
So sorry.
Yes.
Okay. For me, international MOU is to create a common ground between two organizations on what the potential area or research area or any organization objective that we can focus on, that we have a common ground and we can achieve together. So building a relationship is the start of a relationship.
Okay. So the key again is relationship, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, sorry about that. Sometimes this is happening, right? And it's not muted and something else happened. Okay. Dr. Hafiza Farha. Are you here?
Yeah.
All right. If you can turn on the camera, that would be nice.
For me, the MOU is for explaining what is the responsibilities between those two parties, between the parties that involved in the MOU.
Responsibilities.
Yeah.
Okay. I need one more. Anybody? Don't cry if your name is not called.
So Prof, Dr. Benny here.
Yes.
I think we need the first step before we any long-term activity collaboration. with others institution. This is the first step before MoA. For me, for my understanding.
But why do you need? Why do you need
We need official collaboration.
official collaboration?
Yes.
Okay, okay. That's why you are all UTM shine, right? All shining. All right. So some of them you have mentioned this. Okay, a vision of UTM is a premier university providing a world. Oh, sorry, there's a typo. Didn't realize that education. Okay. Okay, a premier university providing world-class education and research. How can you be a world-class if you just in here in Malaysia, right? You have to be visible worldwide, okay? And in order to do that, you have to have partners. So the word partners means you always use UTM partner. That means they have some kind of MOU or agreement with UTM. Funding opportunities. Now we have the Turing scheme. I don't know what happened. Okay. The Turing scheme by UK. The time that UK separated with European Union, EU, and they don't have the Erasmus funding anymore, so they started this Turing scheme. Right now it's happening, okay, in UK. And in order to get funding, in order to collaborate, to get grants, we need an MOU, okay? Also for Erasmus Plus. So after this, if you're not familiar, please go to our website. I will show you where to find it, and you can Google what is Erasmus Plus. These are all opportunity to apply for grants, what we call a capacity building of higher education grants under Erasmus. Okay, so you need MOU. Now Indonesia has so many grants. Right now it's happening, and in I think 14, right, Hilman, of April, this is due. Campus Merdeka.
16.
They have this. What is it, Hilman?
16.
16 of April. So we have to apply for this grant for mobility students, right? And if you don't have MOU, so even yesterday we had 2 meetings with a university in Indonesia. So 2 universities already offered, at least as far as I know, for this Campus Merdeka grant, okay, funding opportunities, because they are our partners. If not, we won't get this offer. Mobility opportunities, as mentioned by Dr. Ken, that you need to have this partnership, MOU or MoA and others, to be able to send students or receive students. So with this MOU, they don't have to pay the fees over here. So opportunity for you to get students from abroad. Say you contact your friends from abroad, I can supervise even the final year student. They can come for 1 semester or 1 month. Okay. Also for you, the youngsters, I call it youngsters because I feel old. Being person in charge in MOU or MoA, you can put in ELPPT, right? That is a place of MOU in your ELPPT. You know, international or industrial, you can see the details from your ELPPT. And in order to apply for like associate professor, for professor, that is a part in that form that needs at least like 1 MOU, 2 MOU, something like this. Okay, it's a personal academic recognition. Okay, now the what. What is actually this? All the MOU and so on and so forth. All right, you have to know these terminologies first. Okay, people keep using this short form, right? Like shine, what is UTM shine, take it for granted. But what is an LOI? It stands for letter of intent. Okay, this is a basic note stating the intention of the parties to cooperate in a particular field. Okay, it's not legally binding on the parties, it's signed for just general purpose, not individually. It also does not involve government policies or financial implication and national security. No money involved. Okay, this we used to do LOI, but now we started to do just LOC. So right now we always handle LOC. We used to like use LOI before. It's a different statement in the document. So we will start with letter of collaboration. If we don't have any activities yet with the other side, then we will start with letter of collaboration. So this is a basic note stating the intention of the parties to cooperate in a particular field. Okay, on basic terms. Again, it's very similar to LOI. And normally LOC can be also in between faculties for LOC. It can go beyond that to in between universities. Okay, I will show the process later. Now we go to MoU, Memorandum of Understanding, or in Malay, Memorandum Persefahaman. So this is a statement of understanding and intention of the parties to cooperate in certain areas without establishing a, this is how it is defined, right? And MoU is a general one. MoU is like an umbrella in between universities, so that, like you mentioned, there is an official relation between these two universities or parties. Okay, and with one MoU, all other faculties can use this MoU as an agreement. So we don't have to have MoU in between this faculty and this faculty. With the same universities, only one MoU is needed. Sometimes LOC, they did this in between faculties because they said, I need LOC from my faculty to that faculty. That is possible. But MoU is just one per university. MoA, also Dr. Kem mentioned about this, you need something with money inside, right? So when there's financial matter inside, we have MoA, Memorandum of Agreement. So that is the difference. If it involves financial and money, we have MoA. For example, University Sri Unsri, what's the full name of Unsri? Yeah? Hilman, Haiza? Unsri from Indonesia.
Sriwijaya.
University Sriwijaya. Okay. I remember we have an MoU and we also have MoA for student exchange because they send the whole class to at that time Faculty of Computing. Okay, so our MoU says only 5 maximum student that you can send without paying fee to UTM because they are our student for 1 semester. So if they want to do more, then they have to sign MoA in which there are payment for that one. You also have to know that we have 3 models of international collaboration in UTM. Okay, and in general, other universities also have at least these first 2. They might not get the 3rd model, but this is our models. The first model is what we call bilateral agreement, in which we focus on academic and research cooperation. So this is under faculty or institutional level. I mentioned about LOC can do by faculty or research center, right? But one under institutional level, under UTM, we can do that too. The second model is Global Research Academic Network of universities on same focus areas, our niche focus areas. So this one is you be friends with this network or alliances. That's why we need Dr. Diana here to handle this. And once you are connected to this network, there are other members in the network that you can collaborate with also. Okay. One network that we have here, if you have seen everywhere in UTM, ATUNet, Asia Technological University Network, that is chaired by our VC. Secretarial is in UTM International, and Dr. Diana is the UTM, the ATUNet coordinator. So there are 41 universities under this network. So you pay the membership fees, and then you can do everything like you are partners, like you have MOU. They have MOU also for that alliance. That is the second model. We have altogether, I think 24 now, alliances that UTM is a member of. Although you are a member of this alliance, some universities still want to do MOU because they want to send more students. With this alliance, maybe they can send only 2 or 3 students because they have many members. What, one to one, up to 5 students. The third model is very strategic model, international collaboration with reputable universities. I saw someone graduated from Imperial, so we have that under this model. Okay, and more on research. Okay, all right. If you have a question that you cannot wait until the end, you can go to reaction, and I think there should be some kind of raise hand, right? Yeah. Reaction and raise hand. Right? And Dr. Amy will help me. Just turn on your mic and you can mention that, yeah, Dr. Amy?
Sorry, turn on participant mic, you mean?
No, you just turn on your mic.
Okay.
Okay, I don't mind if you ask while I'm doing this. Okay. And they can actually turn on the mic, they can ask or they can ask in chat. Okay, so these are the type of, how long do I have, Dr. Amy?
Actually, officially you have until 10:30 so that we can allow 30 minutes question and answer.
Yes, okay, that's fine. Okay, for the documents, we have, as I mentioned earlier, we have MOU, we have MOA. So these are the numbers of our MOU and MOA, and some of them are signed, but no activities are done, so they're not really active. So now we are looking at all this and contacting the person in charge to send to us the report. Are you active? This MOU, some have expired. Do you want to renew? Right, so we have 146 MOU, 112 MOA, and the others we call it instruments. So you can see at the bottom there, sometimes they call it differently, the MOA. Sometimes they call it student exchange agreement or research agreement or collaboration agreement. In Saudi, they call it differently. SC, I'm not sure what SC is, but something with cooperation. So they call it differently, but we put it under this. And the instruments, or in Malay, is surat cara, including letter of intent, letter of cooperation, service contract, okay, non-disclosure agreement. Yeah, the SC is service contract. So these are different names, but it meant the same under these documents. We will share this slide after, yeah? Okay, and to share our international active partners, 281 from 54 countries. You can see all different continents, all different countries, our number of agreement, and also partner institution. So we are partners with 281 in the whole world. And some of the partners, they have more than one agreement. They have MOU, they have MOA at the same time. So that's why you see this number is bigger. These are, okay, in red, UTM has partners. In gray, UTM does not have partners. So we don't have that many partners yet. In Africa, in South America, right, there are not that many. And you can see all this in Europe, and mostly because they have Erasmus. Okay, we are partners with them. And we have in the USA and others. All right. Okay, I will show you where you can find the partners, the list of the partners. Okay, so if you want to find the list, you go to our website, okay, www.utm.my/international, and here at the top you will see partnership. Okay, then you click partnership. Down there we have both network and alliances, the second model that I mentioned. I will show next. But international partners, you click international partners here, you will see this list, okay, according to the country. All right, and then you can click, and then you can find the list of the institution. Okay, we update this very frequently, and Ms. Haiza helped me update all those. The second model, as I mentioned, is on alliances, or what we call multilateral partnerships. Because we belong to one, we pay, some of them are quite a lot. We pay like maybe 20,000 ringgit a year to be in there. Okay, so we are part of the Erasmus. This is for mobility staff and students. So how it works, sometimes there are what we call Conference of Higher Education, HI conference. As mentioned by Dr. Amy, I went to NAFSA, I went to URI, I went to EAIE, and some others in which we meet potential partners or even our partners. In the conference, we have like booths, there's a presentation, so we meet mostly international officers, the top management of universities up to the VC. So we approach them or they approach us. We want to be partners because Erasmus grant they need to have a partner from certain country. So European got the money, got the funding, they need to find partners like in Asia, in even sometimes Malaysia. And they want to find a partner that matches their niche area. If engineering, probably, then you can send your student here, we can send our student there. Fully funded. Okay, that is under Erasmus. EURES, we recently joined last year, more to the Turkish universities. Okay, then we are part of the network 200 institution under EURES. Share is on a scholarship also for mobility students. So we are a member, and not all universities can be in here. So they have the funding from EU, European Union, to send students here, and we send over there, and certain countries. You go, I think it's next slide, where to find this information. We also part of GE4, Global Education Exchange for Engineers and Entrepreneurs. So if you do any activities and this institution is part of this models of us partners, then when the faculty asks for a report, then you have to fill out because they are our partners, not only the partners of your faculty, but of UTM. So it is, we have more than 1,000 altogether partners institution. So at least you know. And we also have Global E3, Global Engineering Education Exchange also, which cover US and UK mostly, GE3 and GE4. And I think Hong Kong, some of them. We also part of WTUN, World Technology Universities Network. I'm sure some of you, when you were students, you involved in their activities, then they have these awards and so on. And others, yeah, I'm not gonna go one by one, but Maulana is a scholarship by Turkish universities. We also have partners there. And also SOC, okay, learning and teaching. And this is in here. I mentioned about ATUNet. ATUNet, that is how you say it. There is secretary is UTM. So it's around Asia. So they are very close partners of ours. We have this special place in their heart because our VC is the chair. So if you need to keep in touch, if you need to find anyone in your area in any of our partner institution, you need to find a student or you need to find somebody, you need to invite someone, you can contact UTM International because we have the email or the contact person of their international office. All right. Okay. This is how you can find, as I mentioned earlier, you go to our website, you go again to partnership, then you go to network and alliances. So the 20 plus network and alliances, you can see under the website, you can see each and every one, and you can click and you can see who are the members. Okay, so this is for this. The third model, I want to mention this too. We have strategic collaboration with top global universities, top 100. Okay, and for example, we have with MIT, we have with Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial College, NTU, and others. Okay, all this. And what do we collaborate with them on? For example, with MIT, we have the Malaysia Sustainable Cities Program. For Imperial College, we have the UTM Center for Low Carbon Transport Research with them. Actually, I went to visit this 2 years ago, yeah, end of 2019, and to meet with the international office, with all the researchers there. We have so many still students there doing graduate study, and even one lab, and with UTM, with all our banners and so forth. Okay, we with Japan, with Oxford, UTM Center for Industrial and Applied Mathematics. There's this collaboration in University of Oxford, and also one of the oldest university in the Western world. We also have this strategic one. So now I go to how. You have to know what you have to do before. How are you going to apply for this MOU, and what you have to do after, right? Okay, now how can this be happening? You mentioned about relationship, you mentioned about connection, right? As a researcher or as a lecturer, we are the 9P, right? And one of those is presenting our research in a conference that can start and spark of meeting people. I'm sharing this of my personal experience. There is this one conference that I went in Iran. I met with Professor Ahmad Irfanin from Mashhad University in Ferdowsi University in Iran. Actually, it started from his email in 2010. He said he came across my paper and then my website. So website is very important. Update your website always. And he said we have common interests. We have, because I'm a pure mathematician plus all the applications the other side. So can we collaborate? And then we keep in touch in email. And he said, I have a conference in Iran. I want to invite you. So at that time, I have research grants. I brought some of my students. We went to that conference in 2010, and then we started to collaborate. We have this starting what we call biennial international group theory conference between 3 countries, Malaysia, Iran, and Turkey. 2011, we started in UTM, so they all came to UTM. And then we signed we started with LOI at that time. It was a long time ago. This is the time he came with the 2011 conference in UTM, Kuala Lumpur. We became the host. And then that guy, the professor, Professor Ahmad Irfanin, I invite him to be the co-supervisor of my student. The student was not here. This is actually my office in C22. Okay, I miss my office. Anyway, we invite him as visiting professor. So this is part of the activities that you can do. And if you graduate from abroad, like I see some from UK, some from Jakarta, I see some from, yeah, so many around abroad, So you can have, if they are not yet our partner, because you are collaborating maybe with your ex-supervisor, right? With your PhD siblings. Then that is part of before. Also, you can do research attachment. So before signing, even I send some of my students to Iran also for research attachment. Then we can use some funds in UTM International under the mobility once they can do this physically. So this one is Dr. Firdaus. Okay, he is attached to NUS. So in the process of another MOU with Singapore, you can also engage with our alumni abroad. Like we have engagement with UTM alumni office and you want to contact that particular university, or UTM alumni, they graduate, they went back. Oh, my university have no partnership with UTM. How can I collaborate with my previous supervisor? So some of our alumni contacted us for this MOU. And this one is the VIE I mentioned, the virtual international engagement that we do. We target some countries that we have not been partners of. And sometimes when we go to conferences, we exchange our name card or emails and they contacted us. So now it's very easy. We don't have to travel. We just do it online in Zoom. Okay. And the process flow of getting approval, you have to know how this is done. Okay, if you are the person in charge, you're doing all the work before, or you are asked to join in the team for this MOU in your faculty, you are the applicant, you have to prepare the paperwork and also the draft of agreement that you can get the template online. Even in our website, you can go and see and get the template. Okay, if you follow UTM's template, the process would be smoother and much easier than you use the other institution template. Okay, so we will say that to our potential partner. If you use our template, that will be easier. Then while you are preparing the paperwork before you send to the panel meeting here, you have to send to UTM legal office. So you have to know the person in the legal office of UTM, and they have to check and approve and chop and sign before you can send with your paperwork to this panel. In the process, before bringing to the panel, there's a process in the faculty. So you have to bring this to the faculty's meeting, right? Through the person in charge in the faculty. Now, I think they have EGE, the AD of EGE, Assistant Dean, External and Global Engagement in the faculty, that it has to go through that process. So there will be the process you have to mention to the faculty. Faculty said, okay, you want to do this. You don't do this alone. You have to do after the faculty said, okay. Then you send to UTM legal, because then there will be signed signature. I will show you later the template. And then the faculty, through the faculty, we go, will send the paperwork and the document to what we call Mesyuarat Panel Perjanjian. Okay, Mesyuarat Panel Perjanjian, and this is done once a month. Okay, and I give the secretariat here, Ms. Nurin Ashika. UTM International only handle the person in the middle that handle international agreement. So the local, they will be not us. This is in who's the secretary of panel, Hilman? It's under office of VC, right?
Office of VC, bro.
Yeah, it's under office of VC. They are the owner or the secretariat of this. And then if it is for all, it will go under Mesyuarat JPU, Jawatankuasa Pengurusan University, which is held 2 or 3 times a month. Sometimes it's every month, but this is also Office of Vice Chancellor. You see this, the local one and international one will go, if it is instrument, okay, local in general, will stop until JPU. Instrument, not MoU, MoA, will stop until JPU. But international MOU and MOA, you have to wait until what we call LPU, Lembaga Pengurusan University. So you can imagine how long is the process. So if our partners ask, can you sign this tomorrow? No, we have to go through the process. We have to prepare paperwork. We have to send to legal. Legal will probably 1 to 2 weeks, right, Hilman? Can be more because you have to send to the other side's legal also. They have to agree all this communication. And then if both sides have already agreed, our legal have chopped and signed, then you send to this panel. Okay, I think there is one in the next slide about the detail of
Prof.
the panel. Yeah.
Prof, I have a question.
Yep.
Actually, before you send to UTM Legal
Yep.
for the document, I understand that we have to prepare the paperwork as well as draft of agreement together with the faculty, right?
Right. That's what I mentioned, that this process here, there is a process in the faculty.
So we cannot go directly to UTM Legal.
No.
Yeah.
I will show you the paperwork after this. Okay. All right. So this LPU is once every 2 or 3 months. Okay. And the secretariat is Hilman, and also from the Office of Vice Chancellor. And Haiza will be also preparing all the paperwork for LPU. And our, okay, I saw before the people, okay, here, all right. Okay, before that, I will show this. We have a system for now in process, in progress of UTM linkages, but now, is this now functioning, Hilman?
Yes, supposedly Prof, but apa, training mode, something like that.
Okay, so this will be available to all staff, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
by this
so
year.
okay, hopefully by this
Yeah,
year.
hopefully by this year.
This then will be easier. We don't have to do it manually anymore. So UTM linkages will be for everyone involved. Okay, this is everyone involved, from you, the applicant, the legal, we go to the researcher, we go to the dean, the panel, international office, JPU and LPU. So the approval starting from you, then whether they review or reject, this will be done in system. Right now we're doing it manual. They send in with email back and forth. So this process is very cumbersome for now, but hopefully with this UTM linkages, everything will be done like smoothly, like when we apply grant, right, in the RMC system. So you see that when you apply and renewal from you, and then it go to all this, the dean, right? If it goes to RA, we go to RA, and then the legal and the secretariat. And next slide, I will show you who's chairing the panel, the NCP, this panel, and JPU and LPU. So this is the process. It can take probably up to a year, right, Hilman? If it's international LPU, but probably 3 to 6 months is normal. Okay, it depends on where it got stuck. It can be stuck in their side, right? Okay, so members of related meetings, you have to know the JPU. So JPU, our VC will be chairing the JPU. Where is the panel? Oh, here. Okay, we start with the panel first. Headed by the chair by Prof. Hamdan, TNCP, and then our Pro Vice Chancellor International, Dr. Ismail, is one of the members, and then Dr. Farhan, and then RMC, Bursa, Research Alliance, SPS, ICC, and from the legal office. Okay, these are the only person that can be in there. Even if they are not there, you cannot just say, okay, you go on my behalf. Okay, so This is the panel. Now, after that, then we go to JPU. So in between the meetings, they might say something. You have to do this, you have to add this, you have to edit, you have to update, and so on. Okay. Then we go to JPU. JPU is chaired by our VC. All right. And the members are all the deputy vice chancellors. Okay, our registrar, our bursa, library, pro VC, KL, strategy, international, and PHB, UTM digital, corporate office, and registrar. No deans, yeah, in here. Okay, and then to LPU. All right, LPU is the board of directors. We have a few already ended of the term, so there'll be some other new ones coming. And this is small, but I will, if we have time, I will show you the example of this document. So you see an example of an MOU. This is under Kertas Kerja Kelulusan Mesyuarat LPU for MOU, Indian Institute of Technology India with UTM. All right, so it can be under, this one is research. Okay, so signed by RO. Okay, and then the director of this I think research center, and then TNCPI. Okay, this. And MoA, there's another one. This is MoA for student exchange. Okay, student exchange agreement with Japan. Dr. Ruaida, the International Alliance Liaison Officer in MJIIT, signed by the Dean and TNCA. Okay, so it depends on whatever it is inside. This one is done by us. This one is an example of LOC. So after we meet them, Czech Republic with UTM. So this is LOC, Surat Cara. Signed, prepared by Mr. Hillman, signed by me, and also Dr. Ismail. And then the normally is the first or the second one will be the one presenting during the panel. So you will be also asked to present this probably 5 to 10 minutes during the panel meeting. And why do you need this? And this has been signed, so this is how it looks like. Okay. This MOU, example of MOA, is not just 2 pages, right, Hilman? This is just first and last. Okay, I think there is also an example for that. So elements in paperwork preparation, if your name is signed, you sign there, that would be easy for you to give as a proof in your ELPPT, right? Cover front page, as I show you the purpose of having that. I will show one after this. Background of collaboration, what is the background of both institutions, the strategy objective, duration. Hilman, can you enlighten us about the duration of collaboration?
Okay,
How
Prof.
many years? Yeah.
For normally for LOC is 3 years. LOC is 3 years, and for the MOU and MOA usually is 5 years. 5 years.
Okay, so LOC 3 years and MOA normally is 5 years, is stated there. And when it's ending, you have to remember to renew at least if like 6 months, because it will take time. Okay, if you miss the deadline, it's not called renewal anymore. You have to apply as new, right, Hilman?
Prof, let me reiterate my point just now about the duration. For the MOA, usually is 5 years, but most of the time it depends on what MOU is about. Sometimes only 1 year, sometimes 2 years. Okay, Prof.
Especially because it involves funding, so it depends on how much financial involved and for how many years. Okay, So for MOU, normally it's 5 years. You don't need any funding for that one. All right. So you have to have a draft of agreement. We give you a template. What is the benefit? Normally during the panel, they will ask, is there any financial implication, right? If there is, but they are giving us some funds, we don't have to pay for visiting professor, all those side of things. And how do you sign? Because right now, we do sign virtually, all right? We don't sign it like they come physically. So sometimes even they can travel, they said, okay, just post, snail mail. You just post the signing and just do virtually, right? But you sign by post, that can be done, all right? And activities. Okay, I want to share, before I share the real paperwork there, about Myra, okay? You had what Myra is, Dr. Amy. Dr. Amy hari ni memang kena quiz sajalah.
Ketua kelas
Ketua kelas. What do you know about Myra? What is Myra?
Okay. Sorry. Yes, saya faham.
Okay,
If I
Lisa.
understand, I don't really remember what is the real meaning of that MYRA, but basically it's like the output or KPI that mostly and also KPT is giving to us so that we can achieve the status every year and to maintain that research university status. And that is
Okay.
Myra 1 and 2.
Okay, that is a plus. I can give you an A, although you don't know what Myra is. The full Myra. Okay? Nak tanya Hilman jugalah, Hilman. What do you know about Myra?
Ni lah baru tanya. Okay. What I know about Myra is the so-called what criteria or specific for RU, I think, for RU University.
Keyword is RU. And if you attend the sharing of our new VC, right? He said we cannot lose our RU status. All right. So Myra is Malaysia Research Assessment. So you are all involved when the faculty asks you for all this data, right? And actually there are many sections. I am involved in Myra as the internal auditor. We just had a workshop last Sunday, and the assessment will be next week, Sunday and Monday, 2 whole days, in which we do internal first assessment, and then auditors from outside UTM will come and assess UTM. So we have to have this data. So for example, we have many categories, many sections. The A until, I think, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, you are new in UTM. Most of you are very, very young still, but this is what you should know, the basic. We have 5 research universities, and having research universities, we get fundings for research universities. We have to be able to pass this Myra. All right. So the A is for actually academic stuff, right? B is mostly on the quality and quantity of researchers. That's why you need to have grants, right? You need to publish all this. And then PhD and professional qualification is under this. That's why we want all staff as PhD holders. We want you to have a TS, all those professional qualification. And you, if you have any award, all about research. So if there is any opportunity to get award under research, whatever it is under research, you will give the marks for Myra. Okay. Part C is quantity and quality of research, and then postgraduate, quantity and quality of postgraduate, postdoctoral, that is under D, and then patent commercialization, that is under E, and then if you have conferences, research conference, all those, you have any consultancy, endowment, gift, okay, that is under F. And then G is here. G is networking and linkages. So it includes the international MoU, MoA, how many staff we send abroad under research, international membership, national MoA also is included in here for research, national membership and international membership. That's why it's very important for you to be in membership of professional. Joint research project in between, RU in between UTM and others are like support facilities. So under section G, which is today, under networking and linkages. So total number of MOAs signed and stamped, okay? And also how many academic staff involved in joint research project. All right, they mentioned about MOA, but under there you see there is a LOA, right? LOA or LOC or LOI, and also MOU. Okay, if there is the research element inside. And you can claim this if you have your name there. Or if you are involved not signing the paperwork, but you are involved in this MOU, MOA, the faculty can provide letters for that one, yeah, that you collaborate. Okay. Before I share the documents, because I didn't link that yet, I still have 10 minutes. You are all welcome, if you haven't, to like our Facebook, UTM International. That is where we share so many activities. Okay, we also have Instagram. You can email to us. If you email to this email, it will reach all my GSE. Okay, it will reach us all in GSE. And this is the website that I mentioned earlier. Okay, now let me stop share this. Okay, Amy, let me try to find the document that I want to share. Okay, here, share. Wow, so many things open in my window. Yep. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, proses kerja. You can see this, right? Amy?
Yes,
Can
yes.
you see? Okay, this one. This one you can also find in the website. Okay, there is the garis panduan. Okay, all this process.
Prof, but there's one like big block is blocking the whole thing in the middle. Maybe you have to minimize the.
Wait, I closed all everything else.
So this is actually the downside of WebEx, where we only share the one window, not instead of the screen. So we can only see one.
Ah, what is open here?
So sorry, Prof. In the meantime, mentees, if you have questions, you can also put in the chat box so that I can read it out to Prof. Niza and also Mr. Hillman. But if you would like to ask directly, it's even better.
Let me try again. Share. Hillman, you have the document or not? Maybe from your side.
Dokumen apa, Prof?
Just now, the one that I shared about the Carta Alih process. You or
apa ni?
Haiza can share.
Aizat akan share, Aizat?
Let me try again. Saya pun tak minat sangat sebenarnya Webex ni. Biasa kena. Dia ada keluar box besar
Mungkin try sekali lagi, try one more time.
What is this actually?
But it's only like small box. Maybe any document. I think it's taklimat perjanjian 6 April is the one that blocking it just now.
Oh,
Yes, the folder one.
okay. Ni nak
Yes.
okay, right?
So you're sharing the screen instead of the window, right?
Right now, can you see? I
Yes.
share. You can see now, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes.
Okay, I just share the screen. Okay, this is the Cata Alih process. So now you want to find, this is in our side. Before, if we meet with the potential partners, we will, kita akan kenal pastilah PTJ, faculty or research center that want to be the owner, okay? Because we have only one owner. If you do MOU, it is for the whole university. So there's one owner, all right? So once we got that, you as the applicant or the PTJ will prepare the document, okay? RK ni apa? Banyak pakai short. Oh ni, rakan kerjasama. Okay, they will check, right? We put the document, they will check. If they don't agree, then go back, go like this. Okay, this is the process in the faculty, the PTJ, yeah? The faculty. And then you have this with the paperwork, then you can bring to the panel. Okay, and this is again with the JPU. So if you are the owner, if you are the person in charge, you will get so many emails. After this, maybe UTM linkages just in the system, but until here, and then it go to the legal, right? And then that's the panel, okay? And then it can go under the JPU. If it is okay, it will be supposed to go down. Okay, and the JPU. If not, you go around until sometimes you ask for MOU, they said LOC because there is no activities. Okay, so after JPU, right? If it goes okay, then okay, all right. If it's not okay, then it goes back to you and so forth, right? So this can be longer, it can be faster, right? And then you go to LPU. But we are here. If we want to go to LPU, it has to go through us again if it's international. All right. And this one is after the LPU for the PTJ, then we sign, then matikan stamp, and then it goes back to Pejabat Undang-Undang and UTMI. And then you keep in the faculty for that one. Then, as mentioned, you can do this, right? Okay, let me show just one more. Just one more document. Oh, salah tekan pula. Okay. Easy to actually share screen, but I stop this. What's this? This one is, why is it still here? Okay. Mencabar betul lah Dr. Amy. Okay. Okay, I do this again. Okay. Format kertas kerja. Format kertas kerja, all this you can find in the website, yeah? I just show one, last one. Okay. This is the one that I did with my mentee sebenarnya, Dr. Nur Muhainia. I did this first and then for renewal, this is the one that I mentioned to you that we have this with Ferdowsi Mashad. So Dr. Nur is the research group leader now. She did this for renewal, then the dean, and then the NCA. So this is surat kerjasama Ferdowsi and UTM. Tujuan mohon kelulusan panel penilai. Okay. Latar belakang kerjasama. So he's a professor in there, in this research, and then he becomes the co-supervisor for these 4 students of mine, and then he has collaborated with us for 30 papers, and the department JSM, Jabatan Sains Matematik. Okay, ni ya, dia punya ni lah. And then latar belakang UTM, ni biasalah, sama je, you can get from us even. And about the department. And then about our panel. And then alamat. Okay, latar belakang the other university, why they are matched to us. Okay, their faculty, because this is not only for faculty science, this is for all later. And about the faculty, and then about the postgraduate and their address. And why? What is the strategic objective for research, for exchange of research and students, idea, and 5 years, okay? And then the LOC is given with that. And why do we need this? Faedah, research, pembangunan pelajar, staff also, and then majlis dibuat melalui post, alright, for this one. So for this LOC, we just use our dean, the dean of those. And then there is this statement for the panel, alright. So I think that's it that I want to show. And I will stop sharing here. Amy, I'll pass back to you.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Okay, okay. If thank you, Prof, for the sharing. So Mr. Hillman is not going to talk further.
Yeah, Prof.
Whatever that I didn't say or touch, Hilman, you can
Yeah.
add.
So far, no, Doctor. I think it's enough from Niza.
Okay.
Unless there is
Okay.
question.
Maybe
Prof?
Dr. Hillman can
Sekejap,
actually give. Sorry.
Sekejap Amy
Okay.
Prof, thank you Prof.
Yeah.
Saya Dr. Mala,
Yeah,
pengarah program GTD ni lah.
you're
Okay.
right.
So thank you so much for this opportunity for all of us here. So just I would like to emphasize one point here that Prof should take note. This program, we have 46 pairs of mentor and mentee. Mentor is from Shine. Mentee ni belum Shine lagi.
Okay.
So hari ini kita nak kita nak
Menshine-kan.
mementorkan dan menshinekan mereka lah.
I see. Okay.
This program is for 6 months and some of them have to meet the KPI.
I
So
see.
the mentor, if has planned for them to do the MoU, they will proceed from here today.
Okay, so mentor is also in here?
Mentor tidak diwajibkan, ada mentor
Okay.
yang dah ada banyak MoU pun, jadi dia mungkin dah info ni mungkin
Yeah.
they know already. But
Okay.
some of the mentors are here. I think around 5 or 6 of mentors are here. So I believe these 5 or 6 mentors ni yang betul-betul akan buat MoU ni sebab dah hadir bersama mentee kan. So dia akan mungkin lah, saya tak pasti lagi perancangan
I
mereka.
wish I know this earlier, Dr. Mala, so I can ask question to the mentor.
Okay, nasib baik mentor dah terlepas. Okay, tak apa, ada lagi masa kan Prof kan? So boleh
Ada, we have
soalan.
30 minutes.
Okay, jadinya di sini Prof, ada 2 persoalan yang mungkin it's running in the minds of this mentor and mentee. Is
Yeah.
the number of MoU important? Let's say lah semua 46 pasangan ni dah nak buat, then we
Yeah.
will have 46 of MoU.
Yeah.
If let's say only half of them plan to do, then we will have around 20 MoU. Okay, itu satu soalan lah sebab mungkin mentee ni tertanya betul ke semua nak buat MoU, then nanti kita nak jadi apa, kita jadi just kumpul jadi mesin buat MoU ke macam tu kan. That's one question Prof. Nombor 2-nya, where are we heading after this? Because if possible, mentee sekarang ni adalah dari kelompok BC-DC4 yang we get the names from UTM Lead. Di situnya wujudnya you see the collaboration between UTM Shine and UTM Lead ni. Jadinya program ni 6 bulan. Tapi kita nak hubungan antara mentor-mentee ni berterusan lah.
Yeah.
Okay, jadi after dan 6 bulan mungkin MOU tu tak akan termenterai because based on your slide it is going to take a longer time. Jadinya, so what is after this MOU, what can they do in order to retain their relationship? And things like that, maybe you can shed some light based on your experience.
Yes, okay.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Thank you so much.
Yeah, when Dr. Amy shared about me with me about 6 months, I was not sure that they are actually mentees and mentors are also in here. So you are very lucky to have like official mentors, right? When I came to UTM, I have no one because I graduated from abroad, and then suddenly, and then my area, those are in my area in UTM, they are not really doing research anymore. They just want to stress on the teaching. Okay, so I had to groom my own circle, contacting people. I remember I contact everyone in Malaysia. How can we apply for grants? How can we do this collaboration? Until I get the first PhD student, the second PhD student, and the third PhD student, and they become the lecturers here, and then we create this circle, and then we contact again things from abroad. One thing is that, Dr. Mala, you don't have to have an MOU to do research or to do any activities. Because I have started way before we finally said, hey, why not? Because we want to have exchange of students. That is the reason I put the why. Because of those, and also not only we want just numbers, we have like 300. I think UST Malaya shared last 2 weeks when we had the program, they have like 600. How do you choose them actually? It depends also on the strategic objective in the paperwork just now. Whether do you need this? Some of the other universities, they said, we won't collaborate if we don't have this document. That is one of the reasons why it is a must. And others, sometimes people say, UTM is already high ranking. Why do you want to have MOU with this university in the lower ranking, right? Because they are the one that have fundings. That is one of the reasons we do this collaboration. And also, they are the one that becomes the one in the academic reviewer of UTM. So right now we don't put like, it has to be, even sometimes they are in the very high ranking, they don't believe to rank even UTM to review for us, okay? And you asked also about what happened within 6 months. I'm sharing this not only for this particular, you have to send MOU, but you have to finish it in 6 months, then forget about it and so on. What I share is for your whole duration of your service in UTM. This is what you have to do, the basic, what is happening, even in the university's vision, and you have this like ahead of the others, that you have this mentor, you are in like the eye of UTM lead, right, underneath, and pampered actually. Like I don't have any mentor, but some of the students, they become like unofficial mentee that I would like to share all of this. At least you know, at least even if you don't come out, because it's not as easy as, oh, I want MOU of this. I have no idea at all that the university, because when you do MOU, it's not just that particular friend. It has to be for that whole university, right? So you need people to discuss with, not only your mentor. Are you going to do this? Is it under faculty? You have to have that discussion also with the faculty. And if it's international, you can just come to UTM International, ask us. Maybe we know that there are activities done from other faculties, but they don't have MOU yet. So that you can put under the paperwork also. Right, Dr. Mala? Did I answer your question, or there are things that I missed?
Yes. I hope it's clear to the mentee and the mentor as well, so that they get the point. Okay, because I'm afraid that the mentees will drop the idea looking at the time duration that you give. Remember the timeline? Nanti diorang cakap, oh ni tak sempat buat ni, tak nak buat. No, that's not the idea.
No.
Okay.
That's why you start with LOC. Yeah.
Okay. I just wondering what is the actual KI about the MoU MoA? Is this at least kena ada MoU ataupun MoU baru ataupun MoA baru, ataupun mereka boleh buat renew the expired one? Is it the KPI?
KPI tu kita tak mention
spesifik lah.
specifically. It depends on the mentor. Jadi ramai mentor yang dah ada, so maybe they plan to renew or maybe they plan to continue with some new activity. Dia dah buat MoU tapi tak sempat nak buat aktiviti lain kan, macam nak buat mobility ke, ke nak apply Erasmus ke. Jadi ni dah dapat ada mentee ni, so they want to rekindle balik MoU dia ke. Jadi KPI tu kami tak specifically cakap buat baru ke, reactivate ke, kita tak cakap. Tapi it up to the pasangan mentor-mentee. Dan mentee belum ada pendedahan lah. So this is the first pendedahan for them. And I hope that they don't get demotivated when they look at the timeline that Prof bagi tadi kan, sebulan, 2 bulan sekali tu. Dia, mungkin ambil masa setahun tu, nanti dia drop the idea, dia ingatkan, oh tak boleh buat lah, kita nak 6 bulan. It's not like that.
No.
Okay, this is just the work punya timeline. Tapi kita punya ni kita berterusan. Jadi janganlah demotivated, be excited. Itu je.
But I think even for when you put the KPI there, you cannot be too rigid and saying that the MoU has to be signed in within 6 months because of the system, right? If there is an initiative to start with, at least a paperwork, at least a contacts, or all this should be counted in those 6 months. And this can be done even. You imagine our partners, supposedly partners or partners to be, when we mentioned that this will take like 3-4 months, they will say, like, no, some of them, they already emailed us the document. Please sign this document. They think it is as simple as that, but it is not. But at least today, I hope that you get the idea of how this is done. It's not like you have to get just that. There are so many things you can do. And at the end, there is like a bonus to get MoU signed.
Correct.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Prof. And Hilman.
Okay, before that, Dr. Mala, can I know who are the mentors in here? Can I see?
Oh, ni nak.
Yes, I want to see the mentors.
Prof nak tanya soalan ni. Aduh, lepas ni saya yang kena. Okay.
Ada ni.
Itu Dr.
Zainal.
Okay, Dr. Zainal.
Prof Fadil ada, Prof Fadil.
Under Myra. Okay.
Kita ada Prof
Patut saya
Fadil.
tanya Dr. Zainal tadi. Alamak. Zainal sendiri.
And then kita tadi saya jumpa Dr. Peiling. Ni mungkin dia dah keluar ke ada kelas ke apa, tapi at the moment kita ada Prof Fadil dengan Dr. Zainal who is also penasihat of this program.
Okay, that's why you share that in Facebook yesterday,
Yeah.
Kalau Prof Niza, maybe kalau saya, if I can, maybe either Prof Niza ataupun Ahmad Hilman boleh share something, sebab when we have this MoU, MoA, LOI, LOC and stuff like this, the person who are bringing this up will be known as the resource person, right, in the whole agreement. Jadi maybe Prof Niza ataupun Ahmad Hilman boleh sedikit jelaskan apakah role this resource person dalam this agreement dan beyond that. Sebab sangat penting role of resource person tu. Silakan Prof.
We call the owner of the ni kan MoU. Saya dah pernah cakap juga, saya bagi Kak Hilman cakap pula. Ini saya sambung.
Okay, Doktor, terima kasih atas soalan. Just sharing. Tadi Prof Niza ada share pasal mengenai before, during and after. Untuk before, the owner, Dr. Zainal sebut tadi adalah istilah dia, apa tadi lupa dah, pemilik apa dah. Owner lah, kita namakan owner. Owner adalah resource person. Okay, resource person. Resource person adalah person yang berhubung by email ke whatever, meeting online ke dengan the other side, the other university. Contoh nak Dr. Zainal dengan Mexico, Argentina, Latin, whatever. You are the one that communicating, sending our draft or receiving the draft to UTM, and then you are the one that preparing the kertas kerja and the document and fill in the document with the MOU or LOC or MOA and sharing and send it to the ADEGE or TDPI, something like that at the faculty. And then during the meeting, short panel, you are the one that presenting that what is the MOU award, what is LOC, the benefit from the collaboration, something like that. And then after the approval settle, and you are the one that you will contact ADEGE or in faculty, yeah, usually ADEGE to start to sign the agreement. If now we as like faculty of science, they have an MOU and they're going to have a virtual signing. The owner, the resource person will discuss with ADEGE and also with Office of Corporate Affairs and Vice Chancellor if the document involve Vice Chancellor to arrange the MOU signing, virtual or physical. And then you are the one that should run the MOU, the activity inside the MOU, and make sure the MOU is active, have activity, program, and we at UTM International will send quite a frequent email to you just to get to know whether the MOU is active and what activity from time to time. And when the MOU is almost expiring or finished, so you are the one, you can decide whether you want to renew or you can give it to UTMI or your partner at faculty to renew it. I think, Prof, if you have any more? Prof.
Yeah, so in short, actually the role of this owner from the beginning until after,
yeah,
if we don't have MOU yet, you will be the one that initiate this, do all those work. And not only after that, it's actually our task also in UTM International. Once this is signed, it is shared to the whole of UTM, because MOU is not just for that particular person, for that particular research group of that particular faculty. It should be shared with everyone in UTM. That's why we share that in our website, so that the others can use that and have activities also. And we don't want you just do it just because it's your KPI to get one, and then after, no activities at all. So when we ask for record every year, there is no activity. Sometimes it's too dependent on the person personally, that when the person retire or change university, then it's gone. It's not shared to the others. I mean, it's the faculties and others. So that is inilah rugi lah, Doctor. I hope we have answered your question, Doctor.
Terima kasih, Prof. Terima kasih, Encik Ahmad. Ya, terima kasih banyak. Harap kalau mentees ada any questions ataupun mentors nak tanya sama, silakan.
Hi, Prof. I have a questions.
Yeah, Dr. Ken, you have been waiting patiently for 5-10 minutes. Okay, what's your question?
Is there any minimum requirement for the potential partner? I mean, they need to be something like world ranking in the top 500 or anything else?
The answer will be no. For now, we don't specifically say that they have to be top 500, right? Because I mentioned earlier, some of them, like all other universities from Indonesia, they have these funding opportunities. But we did have a little bit background check. We don't want, if they have only one small faculty that match with UTM, we want to do MOU, it will not benefit the whole faculties. At least there are many areas that we can work with, because then it will cover more students if it's mobility. Otherwise, if they only have like education only, right? Maybe we have to think about that one. So we have to look. That's why in the paper you have to share about the background of the university. It would be best if they are not high ranking in the whole world, they are at least high ranking in their country. That is how when they share, we are top 10 in their country, right? And we have this opportunity of funding, and some others, although we don't have, we meet, but we don't get the opportunity yet for any agreement, but we do offer UTM can still collaborate without any documentation signing. If at least something like you want to do webinar, you want to invite our lecturers, sometimes if they don't need the agreement signed before doing activities, that can be done also. And if you have lots of activities before that, then it will be easier to ask for MOU. Because if you don't have activities, it's new, no activities, you just meet, you want to do MOU, UTM will query. All right, you have to start with LOC. Okay.
Thanks, Prof.
Prof. Fadil is also here. Prof. Fadil, you are the mentor. Any other question? Even maybe from mentor is also okay.
Prof, there's
Yes.
one question from Dr. Nicole.
Yep.
Okay, what are the common reasons an MOA couldn't pass the legal unit and or panel of MOA? Common reasons.
Okay, Hilman, you answer that first.
Based on my experience, quite a few lah yang tak lepas di legal ataupun panel MOA. Sebab dia MOA. Kalau MOU and LOC biasanya lepas, kecuali macam Prof beritahu tadi, bila bawa kertas kerja MOU and then panel tengok tak ada aktiviti, dia akan just turunkan sikit ke LOC, tetapi dia kerjasama tu masih boleh dijalankan. Kalau MOA biasanya kalau dia melibatkan funding lah, funding yang daripada kita, and then mungkin pihak panel nak tahu sumbernya macam tu lah. Maksudnya siapa yang bawa tu dia dah kena pastikan memang ada funding, something like that. Itu antara yang saya teringat sekarang ni lah, Prof.
Okay, dia ada dua bahagian soalan tu. One is couldn't pass the legal unit, another one is panel, kan? So the legal unit normally dia pusing tapi lepas juga.
Lepas,
kan?
lambat
Dia
sikit lah.
pusing tapi kemungkinan you didn't financial tak clear, siapa yang bayar, kan? You mentioned about visiting professors but you didn't mention about financial implication. You mention about apa ni detail yang tak ikut template kita, dia akan query yang itulah. So it's around, lepas tu lepaslah from legal and then masuk panel. I was part of the, tadi tak ada nama saya pun dalam panel tu, but while I was in SPS for 4 years, I was part of the inilah ahli mesyuarat, saya dan dekan SPS, but I always was the one attending. Jadi kebanyakannya diturunkan lah, like Hilman said, they apply for MOU, no activity, so I think we better start with LOC, kan? And others yang tersangkut selalunya, nanti TNC akan tanyalah pengurusi, what's the benefit for UTM? As Dr. Ken asked, ada nanti, dia tanya juga, what's the ranking, kan? Well, but right now, dulu kita memang sangat strict. And then now when we realize that actually yang higher ranking ni tak membantu ranking kita sebenarnya. So we are okay with ni, but you have a good strategic objective. Why actually you have the reason to ask untuk orang ni lah. Banyaklah benefitnya, kan? Itu. So yang tak langsung lulus pun so far those 4 years tak pernah. Kalau ada pun komen lah. You have to improve this. Ni ada yang pembetulan sahaja, ada yang kena datang balik semula bentang sekali lagi, ada yang tak kena bentang sekali lagi but from MOU to LOC sahaja, macam tu lah. Okay.
Okay, let me see whether we have other questions. Okay, from chatting we don't have. Okay, but Prof, I have one question. Just now you said that when we want to create like one MOU, there must be like only one owner in the university, right?
Yep.
Okay, it's actually specific to me. It's not really MOU international. It's MOU national agency with Jabatan Bomba. We are in the middle of finalizing it. However, there was like a meeting few years ago between Bomba and also FAB, or maybe FGH, I'm not sure. FABU lah, okay. But they never proceed to legal binding of document. So when we proceed ours back in 2020, and we just realized there is actually pre-discussion with them. However, we just proceed because there's no legal document yet. So we just proceed and hopefully we are going to be the owner. Hopefully, because it's already up to KPKT now.
Okay.
Kementerian Perumahan. However, the question is that if let's say that legal things sorted out, what me and my team can do to accommodate FAB or FGHT to also macam melibatkan, to also involve them so that they can also benefit with what they pre-discussed few years ago.
Okay.
It's
There are
like
two
payo.
things. Yeah, I understand your question. Okay, there are two macam keadaan ni lah, alright. This has happened also for international agreement in which ada ini case yang expire kan Hilman, from one owner tiba-tiba ada, lepas tu expire, and then there is another owner nak masuk. Okay, sebab dah expire we call it new, we don't call it new because it has expired. What we did is we contacted the old owner, okay, whether they want to renew or this new one will proceed with this. Kalau tidak nanti macam potong queue, potong jalan, marah dan sebagainya kan. So in your case, it would be actually better if you have contacted FAB first, because you have been doing this, you probably have, kan macam university we have many faculties, even dekat sana pun maybe units kan, but MOU is under umbrella of the whole organization. So my advice would be, even tapi dah terlepas the pre-discussion tu, boleh discuss sekarang kan, as a courtesy that we found you have done all this, maybe they are not interested anymore, right? Why you didn't proceed? But as a courtesy, I think you should at least maklumkan. We have done this because sometimes the process is too long. I don't know, maybe somebody ever give up ke apa kan. Sometimes even my case sampai dekat apa ni, legal university sana penat nak kejar, tak keluar-keluar daripada legal office. Bertukar orang, ada piket lah apa, I remember with Brazil sebenarnya. Saya memang penat lah because macam-macam lah nak contact pun susah dan sebagainya. So maybe at other cases dia pun dah memang tak berminat, but then because there is that history, you should actually ni, maybe dia akan kata wah okay lah, faculty science dah buat, we just use the MOU, then we can continue macam tu.
Okay, means that our MOU statements inside there is not
MOU should be
MOA.
general kan, should be general.
Yeah,
kan?
it's really general, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether certain parts of the document suits them. So that's the thing that I always wonder. How can
Okay, because
yeah.
MOU, Dr. Amy, it doesn't mean that you have to cover like all 10 items. Maybe you can cover 2 or 3. Maybe the other side can cover that particular just one. That's why MOU is general. It says, the one that I shared just now, it said research, right? It's attachment, staff mobility or student mobility. You might not get to do all and every single one, but at least it's there. If it is not there, then you cannot do that accordingly to the MOU. So that's why we have a template of MOU that hopefully has covered all.
Okay, I understand.
Okay.
Okay, any more questions from Menti?
We have
Come on,
5
guys.
minutes more, Dr. Emmy. If anyone can turn on your video
Yes.
camera now. Macam kelas kan, cikgu dia nampak kan muka anak murid. Okay, you can look at the face, you can look at the eye, you know that you have question or not, or you are okay, or you are lost in space. Tapi dekat dalam ni, nampak apa ni? Senyum dia, Dr. Zainul daripada tadi senyum je kan. Meaning you are okay. Dr. Rini, ada apa-apa tak nak tanya?
So far tak ada Prof. Terima kasih atas perkongsian lah dan Alhamdulillah saya sendiri pun ada beberapa MOU lah national dan international level.
Okay, that's great. Dr. Saiful, long time no see. You have any question?
Setakat ni tak ada, Prof.
Okay.
Prof, saya maybe satu last question boleh?
Yeah, sure.
Kalau macam lepas kita ada this MOU and MoA, I think salah satu challenge terbesar adalah untuk make sure the MOU is active with activities kan?
Yep.
Jadi kalau Prof boleh share sedikit lebih pengalaman, apakah bentuk-bentuk aktiviti yang kita boleh buat dengan mudah? Kadang-kadang kita terbayang ni nak kena apply join grant lah, student attachment lah kan, benda tu macam lambat kan. Jadi yang benda-benda yang simple-simple je kita boleh buat dengan mudah, tetapi kita boleh rekodkan tu, contohnya apa Prof?
The first thing is, when you apply for MOU, what actually you targeting? Why you want to have that MOU? So that you can do certain activities, right? So you will start and continuing with that. That is the first thing in mind, why you have that MOU. Later on, maybe there are other options. That is why I also discussed this with my team, Hilman and others, to share this MOU to the whole university. So it's not your only responsibility to do all the activities. It's the others too that can benefit from the MOU. Right? In my case, I started with just one faculty, so I asked him to share with his university that we have this MOU. And what I did when I came in here is I saw this one university that has MOU with us from Iraq, Salahuddin University. So I remember that I had a student, my master student actually, and then went back as a lecturer, contacted her, and then I asked if anyone want to collaborate with me in research. I have no idea that is that MOU, but there is a kind of activity that can be done by not the owner. As the owner, you probably have already in mind, you can do this. As I said, if you put 10 items there, it doesn't mean that you have to do all those activities, right? There is opportunity, you share with others, you share normally in the faculties, right? But I think it's UTM International's responsibilities also to every time we put in our Facebook, we don't email every time, and all stuff nanti kena delete je kan, dah banyak sangat email. But if we have like the new signing, so the others can see, wow, we have this MOU with this university. I have been actually doing activities with this university, but I never report my activities. So now, you know that you just report that, although the faculty is not the owner, you can go direct to us. Because I'm sure, Haiza, we asked the faculty to share, right? Any activities at all for international activities. I think, I don't know how the faculty share, but for faculty science, they always email to us, right? Dr. Amy, Excel, so we can put in there our activities. So that covers also, if you want to renew or you want to give report, then they come from the others also, not just the owner. I hope that answer Dr. Zainal.
Dr. Zainal, biasanya sedikit tambah sikit Prof.
Yeah, sure.
Biasanya Prof Niza juga dia akan mention kepada kita punya yang nak adakan kerjasama, antara aktiviti yang mudah adalah kalau kita ada apa-apa program, jemput dia untuk jadi speaker, apatah lagi sekarang zaman online, lagi senang. And then lagi satu, boleh beritahu dekat mereka if your faculty or your university have organize any seminar, webinar, program, whatever, we can suggest any expert from our university, UTM, to be speaker ataupun presenter, something like that. And then satu join as speaker or presenter, satu lagi mungkin kalau kita buat program, kita jemput dia join as yang menghadiri program kita. So pastikan dia join, and then I consider it is one of the activity lah, Dr. Zainal. Easier.
Okay, terima kasih Ahmad Iman.
Okay.
You just mentioned to us, Dr. Zainal, write to us in international office that you are contacting with them, right? You are in contact, so probably they are doing webinars. So pass to us so we can share also with the partners. Hilman, how many in your contacts yang kita selalu email tu?
Kalau international dalam 5,000.
We have like that context that we macam kita hantar wish, right? We send like New Year wish, we send others. So sometimes when we have activities, we will send to them. So katalah you all buat aktiviti webinar dan sebagainya, nakkan participants international, how do you contact? So we send to international office, we will ask them to disseminate the information to everyone in their university or certain faculties. Right.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Niza and also Mr. Hilman. Okay, usually when we have extra questions, I will collect all the questions from Menti and then I'll give it to the speaker of the webinar. Okay, it's already 11:01.
Yeah, Dr. Amy, they can just send an email to me or to relations, and then we can just reply that.
Yes, that would be better actually, so that you can reply immediately after that.
Yeah.
Okay, we come to an end of this webinar. I found out that the what and how of this webinar is already delivered, and also hopefully those that have MoU or MoA in the pipeline can now like work on the progress and hopefully can like finalize the legal documents and all. If not starting from the beginning, even though it's 6 months GTD program, that's not a problem because the GTD program actually can be extended with their own mentor after 6 months. Okay, so with that, I would like to thank Prof. Nurhaniza Sarmin and also Mr. Hilman, insyaAllah Dr. kot, Mr. Hilman Borhan from UTM International for the very fruitful webinar and also discussions about MoU and MoA. Okay, Dr. Rini, UTM Lead. Dr. Rini, ada ke kat sini?
Ada.
Dr. Rini boleh snap foto? Okay, kita snap foto ya. Sorry, saya bertukar kepada handphone, Webex handphone, so tak boleh nak snap. Ada banyak page. Okay.
Attendance at the end. Turn on your camera and video. Selalu kita dapat bergambar dengan apa ni? Mentor-mentee ni.
Okay, so saya mula dengan first page dulu ada banyak page ni. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, smile. Okay, next page. Mungkin berbeza page kita rasanya ni. Senyum je. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then sekali lagi. 1, 2, 3. Right, and then last one. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Alright, okay, done.
Okay, everyone, all the best. Yang dalam kereta pun ada, yang travelling pun ada.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you Prof. Aniza and also Mr. Hilman.
Alright, take care.
Okay, take care insyaAllah.
Thank you so much Prof. And also Mr. Hilman.
Dr.
Have a good
Zainal.
day. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, thank you, bye.